Hey, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about or showing y'all how to make couple poses for The Sims 4. I made a video on this like years ago, and it's a little old, and you can use new stuff but the same stuff at the same time. So I'm just gonna show y'all how I make poses for The Sims 4, couple poses, regular poses, whatever. But yeah, and the first thing you're gonna need is Sims 4 Studio, and you can also use Sims Ripper to get whatever sim you want out of your game. Rip them with Sims 4 Ripper. And you're gonna need Blender. I'm using Blender 4.2.0. And yeah, so what you're gonna do is go to animation, clip pack, animation, and then I already made a folder for the pose pack I'm going to be making, and it's called With Babe B4 because I already made like 1, 2, 3, of course. So yeah, the first one is going to be the post pack name. What I'm putting is going to be called With Babe Volume 4, and just say that, and then it comes up right here. Go to clips, and then one. Make sure whatever you are making a pose, female, male, child, toddler, infant, puppy, small dog, all that stuff, you see it. Make sure you click on the one you want. I'm doing male first because my reference right here is what I'm doing. This is the reference. And I'm doing the male first, and I'm going to put the name. I'm just going to call it With Babe because I don't know what else to call it. It don't have to be something special, but put whatever name you want to put on there. With Babe M because it's a male. And export it and put that in the folder that you just made. With Babe M. And then you just wait for it to finish. And then what I do is just double click that pose I just made. Well, pose, animation, whatever. And it opens up in Blender. This is why I like the newer Blender 4.20, 4 point whatever, because it can show you now the color of the sim of the rig. Because in the old ones, the sim would be just gray, and that's why I like this, because you don't really need Blender 2.70 or 2.78, but you can still use it if you want, because now Sims 4 Studio is compatible with newer Blenders. So yeah, and now I'm gonna do the one for the female with Babe female. Make sure you put it on female. With Babe female F, yes. And then you don't have to open that one up. You can just play around with, I use this one because that's the one that has like the circle and the arrows, so I can move him how I want to move him. And then you can just keep looking back and forth with the reference, looking back and forth with the reference picture right here. And just close that one because I don't need that one. And just make sure you see what he is doing. Just really look at it. He got his arm kind of like this. But yeah. Then you can pin the other pose where you saved it. Go to where you saved the other pose in your downloads or wherever you put it. Right here, select her, then go to objects and select everything, append. You delete the bone, and the camera. You just need the rig for her. You move her out the way. Or actually move her up because the girl is on the shoulder in the picture. And she's like that. And it's gonna be a little bit difficult with her because the dots are not as, put it on pose mode. The dots are not as big as the ones on the male. It depends on what sim you bring in first when you are creating these poses in the newer blenders. And yeah, you just do the pose how you want it to be. I get up close and personal, make sure I can really see what I'm doing. Yeah, she's like leaning over a little bit. Yeah, her leg like in there a little bit. And I go in the middle so it can be kind of free. Like in the middle is kind of not as wonky, but yeah. And then you just put her on his shoulder. It's not gonna be exactly like the picture because his shoulders are not as long as the little sketch they got going on right there. And then for her, she's like leaned over a little bit. You gotta get in close, like bring her over just a smidge. Like,
I did protect when then kill Sovoma. I did try to buy moto, Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Leggy Bona. Now so much you make you have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. Come on, white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did nothing for you? And if I do anything you want me to do, Timbani at you. Come on, white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did nothing for you? And if I do anything you want me to do, maybe another time, maybe another life, you will be my wife and we'll get it right. Young past, last. Now everybody go chop breakfast. Have to say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo. To the love of my life. My eye, yo. Don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow.
and for the arm on his shoulder, you're gonna have to tweak the arms a little bit to make sure I get on the shoulder. Because you see, like I said, his shoulder is not long, her arms are not short. It's like you gotta tweak it a little bit to make the pose look exactly like it, but not all the way exactly, because these are just Sims 4 rigged Sims from Sims 4 Studio. They are not gonna be 3D models. Let's be honest here, because yeah. But you just gotta do what you gotta do, what you got. Just make sure it look like it's on there. You tweak it a little bit, and then just for you to select all of the dots, you can press C on the keyboard and select all the points, and then press escape to unselect. And sometimes this might be a little wonky, but yeah, you get the gist, you get the idea. Yeah. Now, okay, for you to save the pose, you just press A on the keyboard to select him, and then you press I and do the same for her. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, it comes up on the side right here, rig, and rig 1, rig 2, even though they're saying rig 001, but it's actually 2. And so you just save it, save as with Bay again. Yeah. And then go back to Synthforce Studio, click on his. You don't really have to like change this, but you can if you want. Import it, and then boom. And then for the woman, you select her, save as female. Actually, what I do is I select her and then Control C to copy the pose, and I open up female version and then I paste, and I do the same thing, and then I save with A, and then go back, put it there. Yeah. But there is another way you can do this. Let me see. For her, and save, do the same thing to her what I just did to him, and then you save it as something else, because it's not gonna work if you save it as with Bay F. You need to save it like as with Bay F2. I don't know why, but yeah. You can do it this way, and you just open up Synthforce Studio, or go back to Synthforce Studio again, and then import with Bay F2, female 2. But yeah, and then that's what you do. And I forgot to say, also, when you're finished doing the poses, making the poses, just name it, and then you can put a description how many poses. It's only 2, but I'm gonna be making more. But you put the description, and then you can put an icon there, and then you save it. It's gonna be saved as with Bay Volume 4. You save it, and then the package will go to your downloads, and then you put it in your game, and then you use either Wicked Whims Pose Player, or you can use Andrew's Pose Player, and then yeah, you just use it like that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, thank you for watching. Share it with people who need to know, who want to know how to make poses, and yeah, come back for more. Thank you, and bye-bye.